everybody, welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Director of Operations for BNI Arizona, and every week I come to you providing a weekly education nugget called Wisdom Wednesday that counts as one chapter education for watching. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Wisdom Wednesday. I can't believe we are in the last week of August, guys. We only have one more month of the current BNI year. So as a reminder, guys, make sure that you get all of your numbers in. Hashtag log it. It is so important to make sure that we get all of our numbers in as far as one-to-ones, chapter education units, our referrals, and even most importantly, guys, thank you for closed business. The best way to say thank you to the member that passed you the business is to submit the thank you for closed business. It is super, super important. If you look at the PALMS report, which is the report that logs all of the activity, all of the different numbers, except for thank you for closed business, are entered in by the member themselves. Now, the thank you for closed business column on that report is based on the thank you for closed business that a member gave to another member. So that number is not how much that member received from BNI, it's how much they gave to another member. So this is why, guys, it's even more important to make sure you're submitting the thank you for closed business for the referrals that you're receiving, especially looking at all of the business that you've brought in and looking at all of the different tiered referrals. So second tier, third tier, are you receiving business from visitors? The great thing is you can log all of that, and thank you for closed business for past BNI people. So it's important to make sure that we get all of those different layers of thank you for closed business submitted, because when we do that, that's going to increase the other members' thank you for closed business column on their PALMS report. That's one of the things that our membership committees look at when it comes to participation, not just how much activity they are personally submitting, but what the quality of the referrals is that they're passing, right? So if members aren't submitting the thank you for closed business for those referrals, that really hurts other members' numbers. So we want to be very mindful, guys. I know that things get crazy busy. One of the things that really helped me was actually plugging in a weekly event on my calendar to enter thank you for closed business. And I did that every single week, and I programmed it for the night before my meeting, because this week, it is the last week of the month, guys. So whenever your last meeting ended, the month ended. And next month is the last month of the BNI year. So one of the things that we celebrate on at the end of the year celebration is chapters that have passed the most thank you for closed business. And so if we're not entering those numbers, it skews those chapter numbers towards the end of the year. So my focus today, guys, on this Wisdom Wednesday is all around thank you for closed business. If you're unsure, if you have questions about what to submit as thank you for closed business, make sure to connect with your chapter's mentor or your chapter's leadership team to collect information on how to submit the thank you for closed business. Now, we did include a new member success program 2.0 that has a brand new manual. It actually has an activity tracker on how to track all of that activity, and there's a thank you for closed business sheet on, based on your profession, what to log for thank you for closed businesses, because there's some professions that would log the commission. There's some professions that would log the entire amount of a job. So it's important to make sure, and then banking is even more confusing. There's a lot of different layers to the banking profession. So if you have a banker in your chapter, you want to make sure that they're logging all of the different layers of thank you for closed business for the referrals that are coming into their bank. Because I would say that if they're bringing in some large loans and different things, there could be a good chunk of business for thank you for closed business that hasn't been recorded yet. So we want to make sure to kind of tap into all of those different things. So what I'll do is I'm going to upload, guys, the updated version of the activity tracker to this Facebook page, so that way everyone has it. I'll also include it on the members only page, so that way you guys can tap into either one of the pages to collect the information, because it really is important. If you're an education coordinator, this would be a perfect topic to talk about in an upcoming education moment all around Thank You for Closed Business and the different layers of Thank You for Closed Business to submit. Now, one of the things that I did receive a question on lately, which I'm sure if one person had the question, more people might have the question. When it comes to Thank You for Closed Business and submitting cross-chapter Thank You for Closed Business, when you're thanking a member in another chapter, now when you go into the app and you're logging your Thank You for Closed Business, you're clicking the little magnifying glass to find the member that's in another chapter. Now that Thank You for Closed Business number will not be reported in your own chapter's numbers. It's going to be reported in that member's chapter numbers. Again, on the PALMS report, that Thank You for Closed Business column is the amount of business that those members have passed to another member. Thank You for Closed Business is kept confidential, which is why we can't see how much you personally have received from BNI. If you look in your BNI Connect profile, you personally will see the Thank You for Closed Business that you received and that you passed. But when it comes to the reporting on the BNI Connect side, our chapters can only view how much you personally have passed to another member. So when you're submitting a cross-chapter Thank You for Closed Business, that amount is going to show up in that member's numbers on their PALMS report. So it's going to show up in their chapter numbers, which again, it's because they're the one that passed the business. Best way to say thank you is to submit that Thank You for Closed Business for that member. Super important to make sure that we are getting all of those different layers submitted. Now, if you are submitting a Thank You for Closed Business to BNI, which means that you've received business from someone that is no longer in the system and there's no way to add it to a specific person, when you thank BNI, it does count towards your chapter's numbers. There is a row at the bottom of the PALMS report that is for BNI, and there's also a row for visitor. So when you submit Thank You for Closed Business to visitor, for a visitor that passed you business, that number will also show up in your chapter's numbers, which is pretty amazing. So for our vice presidents, when you're looking at the PALMS report and you see that Thank You for Closed Business number to Thank You to BNI or Thank You to visitor, that is a great opportunity to recognize the business that is still being passed from past BNI members. The relationships don't stop, which is amazing, but we want to make sure that we're logging all of that activity. And I think we definitely missed the visitor boat too, because they say on average a visitor passes about $1,500 worth of business, whether they join or not. But I think that number is actually low, because I'm not sure enough people are logging the business that they're receiving from visitors that attend their chapter. So again, guys, look through all of your income over this past year, because this right now is the perfect opportunity to review everything since last October 1st, and really review if you've submitted all of your Thank You for Closed Business for this year. Because again, we want to make sure that all of those amounts are tracking in the members' numbers. Because again, we're submitting it. It's not going to show up in our personal numbers, although it'll show up in the amount that you received. You're the only one that'll see that amount, but it'll show up in the other members given. Again, with Thank You for Closed Business being confidential, one, we can't see where that Thank You for Closed Business is coming from. Two, if you update a referral, let's say you're updating the status of the referral that you got the business, and then it proceeds to that Thank You for Closed Business page, the only notification that it sends to that member is that the member got the business. It will not have the amount of the Thank You for Closed Business that you submitted or any of the details on the Thank You for Closed Business form. It just says that, hey, you know what? They got the business. Yay, awesome. But because Thank You for Closed Business is confidential, we have a lot of legal professions, financial professionals that can't disclose the amounts of the Thank You for Closed Business that they're receiving. So no one can see that information. Even if a vice president goes in and views the SLIPS audit report, It will just show thank you for closed business and who was thanked for that business. It doesn't say who submitted it. So that's the only downside, that if a crazy amount gets submitted, we have no clue who submitted it unless we ask the entire chapter, hey, who submitted this amount? So that way we can make sure it was reported correctly. So, hashtag log it, guys. Make sure to go in, review all your information for this year, get all of your activity logged. We will have the next Power of One report coming out next week. So the first is on Sunday. So it'll probably come out, since Monday is a holiday. Happy Labor Day, everybody. It'll probably come out on Tuesday. So that Power of One report will get sent out to everyone on Tuesday. Use that report as a guide for your goals in BNI. The more you contribute to BNI, the more you're going to get out. If you notice that you're a little bit lower than you want on that Power of One, this is a great opportunity to focus on one area on the Power of One to increase it over the next couple months. Because that report, it's a 6-month average. Yes, I send it out from month to month, but it's a 6-month chunk every time. So every report is 6 months of activity. So if 1 month was low, it can all average out in other months. But again, if you have several months that are low, it may take a little extra effort to bump up that activity on the report. And I hope that eventually, guys, I'm going to see less and less goose eggs in that chapter education unit column, because I provide these easy weekly videos, and I created them all so that way members could have an easy chapter education unit to count on that Power of One report. And I've talked to several members lately that they say they watch these videos, but then they forget to record the chapter education unit. So please, guys, make sure as soon as you end this video, click on the BNI Connect app and log this chapter education unit. It is super, super important to make sure you're getting credit for watching these videos every week. I've been doing these videos every week for the past 7 years. There's lots of content. If you click on the media tab on this Facebook page, you can see all of the past Wisdom Wednesday videos. So if you want to tap into past ones to kind of ramp up on your chapter education units, make sure to do that. But again, since the Power of One report is 6-month average, guys, as soon as you bump up your number, you need to continue that consistency month to month, so that way in a couple months it just doesn't drop right off, right? So you want to create consistency. Attending 1 meeting a week, super easy, guys. Make sure that it's in your calendar. It's not that you have to go to BNI, it's you get to go to BNI. It's your sales meeting. It's your opportunity to educate your sales team of who you're looking for every week. It's not the opportunity to sell to each other. It's the opportunity to sell through each other. So 1 meeting a week, 1 chapter education unit per week. These videos, guys, I got you covered. I got you covered. The next easiest thing is one-to-ones. Schedule a one-to-one around your chapter meeting, either before your chapter meeting, after the chapter meeting. It doesn't have to be in person. It could be over the phone. It could be on Zoom. Hey, you know what? Make sure to also use the tools that we have provided, so that way you can have strategic one-to-ones, not just talking about the weather or the sports, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that it's strategic, so that way when they're strategic, it'll lead to referrals. Imagine that. So referrals will come with time. If you're a brand new member and you're worried about passing referrals, it will come with time as you build relationships. Focus on those top 3 first. Attendance, chapter education, it's one-to-ones. Build those relationships and the referrals will come naturally. It really will. Now, to get in the green, guys, on the Power of One, you literally need 70 points. These 3 items, the first 3 items, are 60 points altogether, which would put you in the yellow. Just getting those 3. And then if you trickle in some referrals, it could bump you into the green. It is super easy. And then the bonus item for the members that are sharing the gift of BNI and having visitors show up to the meeting. Now, remember, a visitor is a first-time visitor who is eligible to apply for membership. If it's a BNI member from another chapter, but they represent an open category, it does not count as a visitor. they are a guest because they're not eligible to apply for membership. So when you trickle in those visitors and you get that 5th item on the Power of One, that is a bonus. And members that hit all 5 of those areas in a 6-month period hit the 100% Club. And we have amazing members in the 100% Club, and more of you could be in that 100% Club. I'm encouraging you guys. That should be a goal. It should be a goal to be in the 100% Club. Or at the very least, be in the yellow and the green. The yellow and the green are amazing, okay? So make sure it is super easy just to focus on each of those different areas and build your visibility, build those relationships in BNI, because I guarantee you guys, if you focus on putting more of effort into the activity, into BNI, more will come out as a result. So when you pass more referrals, you're going to receive more referrals. And so connecting with your members for one-to-ones, not just in your chapter, cross-chapter, whether it's power partners or people in your own profession. It's not about competition in BNI, guys. It's all about collaboration. Make sure that you have that abundance mindset. It's all about connecting with other professionals and figuring out how you can leverage each other's connections to level up your business to amazing heights. Amazing heights. So, all right, guys, that was your Wisdom Wednesday for today. Go out and log this chapter education unit. Power of One is coming out next week, guys. And also make sure to go through all of your activity and log that thank you for closed business. Next month is the last month of the BNI year. Super excited for all the transition. We've got leadership and support team transition going on right now. We've got a few chapters that are going to be sending me the rest of the support team roles. Now, the great thing, guys, about the training, if you can't find the links, our brand new training link, as I mentioned a couple weeks ago in my Wisdom Wednesday, if you go to bniarizona.com, click on training. If you scroll down, all of the leadership and support team training links are right there. So there are, leadership team, membership committee, visitor hosts, and education. Those 4 are in Business Builder. Mentors, growth events, and power teams are through a video link that is on that training page. So they are not in Business Builder. So again, mentors, growth, events, and power team are not in Business Builder. So we do have outside videos for those specific roles, and the links are on the training page. So I'm slowly getting out all the information to everyone into each of the chapters. But if you're watching this, make sure to forward your chapter, the training page, bniarizona.com with the training link. There's it not through Business Builder, but just click on training and it'll give you all the information. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's Wisdom Wednesday. And as always, count as one. Chapter education for watching. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next week.